Hi, welcome to today's VSee Academy. My name is Anne. You can't see me, but I just want to go over a couple quick housekeeping items before I pass the time over to Becky Way, our VP of Sales, who will be doing the training today. So today's session will be recorded and be made available following this session. Please submit your questions via the chat box. There's a little questions box, you can do that, and we'll be doing a Q&A after the training. Next week, we will have another VSee Academy, on Thursday, May 7th, same time, and we're going to be focusing on having a smooth patient onboarding experience, like our best tips and best practices for onboarding your patients. And then I also want to point out that we have a lot of resources for you on doing telemedicine, on malpractice, reimbursement, medical coding, and these are all available at vsee.com/webinars. So before we get started, maybe I can get a show of hands if you can. Maybe I should have said this first. If you can, if you can hear, oops, let me try that. If you can hear me, you can do a little hand raise. I'm sorry, let me get this. While you're doing your hand raises, let me get my webinar announcements up there. I forgot to turn on the screen share. Okay, good, great, fantastic. All right, so let me go ahead then and pass the time over to Becky.
All right, thank you, Anne. Now I'll do my screen sharing. Okay, let me make my window smaller. Okay. All right, I hope you can see my slides. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, welcome everybody. Again, my name is Becky Way, and I'll be doing the basic VSee clinic training today. And I have my coworker Anne helping you to run this webinar. All right. Okay, so for today's outline, we'll be covering, getting started, how do you log into your VSee clinic, and how do you invite patients, and also, guest members, like could be their family members or translator that you need, them to join your meeting. It could be your coworker as well, your colleagues, for second opinion. So how do you invite guests? So I'll show you that. And after that, how do you call patients from your clinic? And if you have your own website, how can you integrate VSee Clinic into your website? And then at the end, if we have more time, I will talk a little bit about our optional features, which are available under the Enterprise VSee Clinic version, such as scheduling, store and forward, online payment, e-prescription, exporting feature, etc. All right, let's go on with the getting ready. So before you start your online clinic, what you need is a compatible device. So make sure you have a PC, laptop, or a Mac with webcam and microphone so that you can do the video call with your patients or clients. And if you prefer the mobile devices such as iPhone, iPad, Android phones, or Android tablets, you can also use them. But we don't usually recommend for providers because it's too small. And then if they are handheld device, you'll be hand holding, and then you may not notice, but the other party seeing you on your handheld device, they might get dizzy. So unless you can put down your mobile devices on your desk and then get ready for the your visit, then it should be okay. All right, and then the next thing is how do you get your online clinic web portal? So if you go to vsee.com, you can sign up for the basic VSee clinic. So after you sign up for the basic VSee clinic, you will get a welcome email from VSee. So in that welcome email, you will have this link. So whatever your clinic name .vsee.me, that will be the link for you to log in. And then for your login information is just your email address. All right, so let me go to login into your online clinic. So this is a sample of the welcome email from VSee. So you'll see, provider, you can log in here, and then you can see other information like link to your patient. But I'll show you inside your clinic later on how you can log in into your clinic and then invite patients. And then after you click on the link, and then you will see welcome to your practice name, the whatever clinic name that you gave earlier during the sign up process. So you just click on that and then log in. So once you log in, this is the screen you will see. You will see currently in the waiting room, and then you will see the reminder. All right, so at this point, I will switch over to the live demo and then show you the rest of the features. All right, let me go here and make it bigger. Okay, so this is my provider account. I already logged in as Becky Wei. Once you successfully logged into your online clinic, first thing you want to do is you want to invite patient. So here, just click on invite patient. All right. So you can invite your patients through email. So you can, type in your patient's email addresses here, VSee.com, and then space, and then you can keep on typing multiple email addresses to send the mass email, mass invite. And then after that, you can edit the email subject over here, and then you can also edit your email body. So, to make it feel like it's coming directly from you with the personalized messages. Right, and then after that, you can just send the invitation. Or if you just want to copy the instruction and then, post it on your social media or, send it through other means, you can also do that. So if you look at your invitation, the key thing is this link. This is the link that your clients will click on to get to your online clinic and then, see you online. So let me show you how it looks like on their end. Okay. All right, I'm gonna bring up the second page here. Okay, all right, so this is the link that I sent to my clients in the invite email. So once they click on that, they will come to this page. As you can see here, this page is quite empty. Give me 1 second, I need to make my video screen or GoToWebinar a little bit smaller. Okay, 1 second, okay, all right, okay, so yeah, if you look at it, there's no information. It looks like an empty page. It doesn't look real. So you can definitely personalize your clinic. So let me go back to my provider account, click on my name, and then click my account. All right, so over here, if I scroll down, I can edit this page. So this is where all my information will go. So first, I will upload my profile picture. Great. And I can add a prefix like, doctor, and I can add a suffix like MD, and I can also add my bio, so my clients can know a little bit more about me. Okay, delete this extra stuff. Okay, so this is my bio. And if you would like, you can also add additional information such as your education and training, your professional and personal interests here, and you just click update. All right, so success, my account saved. All right, let's see. Let me refresh on the client's end. Okay, great. So now they can see my profile picture and then they can read my bio. But there's no information about your clinic yet. So you can also update that. Okay, go back to your account, click on your name, but this time choose my clinic. All right, so this is where you can add your clinic information. So let me clean this up a little bit. So you can say whatever you want for your practice, for your clinic, to share the information with your patients. So for me, I just say, my office is now closed due to the crisis. And then I put my hours of telehealth, my clinic phone number, if they need to call and make an appointment. So yeah, you can put any information right here and then just click on update. All right, so changes are saved. So let's see on this side. All right, great. So now my clients can see my practice information, my clinic information, and also my bio. So now this page looks a lot better. All right, so for the patient, once they get your invite, so this is the link they will click on, right? So this link is permanent. You don't have to send the invite, every time you need to see your clients. It's just one-time invite. And then your clients, if they want, they can bookmark this link. It's always the same link for your clinic. So they can come back to the same URL and then, see you. So for your client, if they don't need to do the video visit, if they just have a few questions that they want to, chat with you, they can also do that by clicking on the send message. So if they click on the send message, then they do need to log in. Let me see why it's not active yet. Okay, I'm not sure if I have updated this. Oh, I think for the send message, I need to log in because, like, for patients or client, they want to see the chat messages, like history. So in that case, they need the login. But for them, if they just need to see you for the video call, then they don't need to log in. They can just do the walk-in. So let's click on the enter waiting room. Okay. So for the enter waiting room for the video visit, they have a few options. So they can enter waiting room as guest. So this is kind of like a walk-in. They don't need to create an account. They don't need to sign up with VSee, just walk in. Or they can sign in with their Google account, or they can sign up with their email addresses here. So for this workflow, I will just go with the guest walk-in workflow. Okay, so once I click on that, it shows me the very simple intake form. Just type in first name, last name, reason for visit, and then if I want to upload any file, let me type here. Okay, I will go into as a patient Sam Smith and headache, and here I can upload any document or images. So I'll do. Okay, I'll choose my recent brain scan. Okay. And then I have to click, give my consent to participate in this telehealth consultation. So if they click on this, they will see all the terms and services here. And I just come back here. And then they just need to click continue. So in the basic VSee clinic, this is the default intake form. This is a very simple version. And then if you would like to customize your intake form, with additional questionnaire, or if you don't need these extra field, you can remove that. Please definitely reach out to us, and then we can customize the intake form for you. Of course, there is a add-on fees for that. And same thing for the consent form. If you would like to customize your consent form from your clinic or from your organization, let us know too. We can customize that. All right. So I'm not gonna go into the waiting room. So for the patient, if they click continue, their video will launch. I will not do that because I'm using my same computer as a patient and provider, so I don't want to confuse my computer. But instead, I will ask Anne to go into my waiting room. And if you could please go into my waiting room. Oh, one more thing. So let me go back to my patient. So like I mentioned, this clinic link for your patient or your client is permanent, so they can bookmark it and then they can come back anytime they want. So, the question is like, what if they come like 2 in the morning? If you don't want to see them, or if you don't want the notification that someone walks into your waiting room, you can turn off your clinic. So if you go to the private, your provider account here, click on your name and then go to my clinic again. And then down here, you have the operating hours. So you can turn this off. Right now it's on. So if you turn it off, and you can also edit your custom message, like service currently unavailable, come back later, or, it will be open like tomorrow at like 8 a.m. So you can do your custom message here, and then you just update that. So once you turned off your clinic, and then on the client's end, let me refresh the client's page. Okay, on their end, they will see your message, service currently not available. And then they cannot click on the enter waiting room button anymore. So that way you can, avoid people coming into your waiting room after the office hours. Okay, all right. Okay, let me go back to my provider dashboard and then see if Anne is in there. All right, so now I see Anne in my waiting room. So you can see here there are 4 stages. So the first one is ready for visit, meaning that patient is ready. So they have like filled the intake form, and then they already launched their video window. So that's why they are under the ready for visit. So if you see people under getting ready, it means that they are still filling out the intake form. They are still trying to launch their video window. They're not ready yet. And then, of course, in progress stage, once you start the video visit, the patient will move on to the in progress stage. And the reason is the recent conversation. Okay, so for here, I can see that my client's name, reason for visit, and then which waiting room she's coming from. This is important for me because, as a provider, sometimes I work for multiple clinics, so I need to know, this patient is coming from like this waiting room. And I can also see the photo that she uploaded, so I can click on that. I can take a look at the picture, and then come back here. Right, and then I can see her status, she's online. So it means that, she has launched her video window, and I can see her wait time here as well. All right, okay, now I'm gonna click on the expand arrow. Okay, so before I, make a video call, if I'm running late, and then I can start with the chat message. So I can send a chat message to Anne. Hi, Anne, I'm running late for 5 minutes. So you can quickly engage with your patient and then to let them know so that, they know that they are in the right place in the waiting room. And then once you're ready, you can click on the video call button. Just click on that. And then you got two options. The first one is the easiest one because it's join on the web, and then you can see like no download required, and then like no installation. And then the other one is you need to download the app, VSee Messenger app, which is a video calling software app. So, what's the difference between these two options? The first one is, of course, the easier choice. It's just web browser calling, no download. But sometimes, like, during this crisis, sometimes we got the server overload, and then we need to turn off the web browser calling to save the server bandwidth. So in that case, you can still go ahead with the VSee Messenger video calling app. So this is kind of like your second choice, or like a backup plan, if just in case if the web browser is not available. I will show you both options, but let me start with the web calling. So let me click on join on the web. Right, so it's trying to launch the video. Before I allow my camera, I need to mute my video on GoToWebinar because I only have one webcam on my computer. Right, and after that, I will allow my devices in VSee. Okay, all right, now I can see myself and I can see Anne. All right, great. Okay, so once you're in a call, and if you need to invite a guest, let's say, a client's family members or a translator or your coworker to join the call, then you can definitely do that by clicking on this button. So if you click on this, you will see invite guest to the meeting. So you can copy this instruction and then email it to a guest so they can join this particular meeting. But the difference here is that you see the join call link. This is a one-time link because this is a very specific, like, ongoing session. So they need to join this one. After this meeting is done, they cannot click on this link anymore. The link will not be valid anymore. So please keep in mind that the link for the guest is one-time thing, and also same thing for the telephone number and then the PIN number is a one-time use. All right. So don't confuse with the link that you send to your patient, which is a permanent thing that they can bookmark it, but the link to the guest is a one-time use. Okay. Great. Okay, and I'm gonna hang up on you. Thank you. All right, so once you hang up on a patient, you will see the message. Do you want to check out patient? Do you want to keep patient or cancel this visit? So, I need to check out patient for this scenario so that the patient will not be in the waiting room anymore. And then I need to complete this visit. So I will have the record of having this visit. So if you want to keep patient in the waiting room, you can choose that option. Then patient will be in the waiting room just in case if you need to call the patient back, to make a follow-up appointment, or if you need to step out your office, for just a few seconds and then come back and then call the patient. But in that case, please let the patient know that, you will hang up on the patient like temporarily and then you will call them back so that they will still have their local video window open up and then they don't, close out their web browser. Okay. And then if you cancel the visit, then the visit will not be recorded in your call log. Okay, so for now, I'll choose check out patient. Right, and then let me go back to my dashboard. Once I check out the patient, as you can see here, and it's not in my waiting room anymore. because I check out the patient and I completed the visit. All right. Okay, so for the next, Anne, could you please go back to my waiting room again? And at this time, I will show you how you
I think you turned your service off.
All right. Okay, let me go back and turn on my clinic. Okay. Okay, I'll turn on my clinic and update.
Yes, so it works. I can't get in there.
Okay. All right. Now it's on. Okay. All right. So you see she shows up under getting ready stage first, and then now she's ready for visit. Okay, so let me do the same thing. I will expand this, and then I will click on the call button. And that's this time, let's try download the app. All right. So once you do that, you will see two options, install VSee for the first time, or if you already downloaded the VSee, then you can proceed to consultation. Because this is my first time downloading the VSee Messenger, so I need to click install. Okay, once I do that, and then the VSee application is downloaded on my laptop. So I need to double click this to run it. It'll just take a few moments, just a few seconds. And then once the installation is completed, I will see the installation is completed box as it says in the manual. Okay, I got the installation completed box, so I'll just click OK. All right, then I will choose next. Okay, so next is trying to launch the video. So it's just one extra step that you need to do. Okay, hi Anne. All right, because you downloaded the VSee app, you will have the extra window. You see this window, VSee window, this is a VSee Messenger app. So like any app, they have their own menu. So this box, once you have it, whenever someone comes into your waiting room, you will get the notification like this, like orange message blinking, and then you will hear the sound alert. So in that case, you just need to click here to acknowledge the message. All right, that's it. And then you'll see who's in your waiting room. And once you have done that, don't call the patient from this app. You just need to minimize it and then come back to your web portal. So, okay, let me go back to the web portal. So here, one quick tip about VSee Messenger app. So this video screen is always on top mode. So if you try to click on the web browser and then to call the browser in front, you can't do that because it's on the on top mode. So you can unpin this video window right here. So you just click unpin that. Let me click on unpin. Then you can get your web browser to the front. Okay. Then you can click on the dashboard. And then you can see that now Anne is in the in progress stage. And then you can also see she's in a call with Dr. Becky Wei. So just in case if you have like multiple providers in the waiting room, monitoring the same waiting room, then the provider, they can see each other. Oh, this patient is talking to this doctor. Then let me grab next patient in line. So you can have that kind of coordination inside. Okay, another thing people ask, I'm on my laptop, I have a very limited screen. I want to see my screen, like, sometimes my EMR and also the video. How do I do that? So in that case, you can make your web browser smaller like this. And also the VSee video window, you can, drag the side and then you can resize it. You can make it smaller or you can make it bigger. And you can also pop out the individual window. So I can pop this out, and then it will be a separate window, and then you can move around. So these are the different arrangement that you can do. But for me, I like to, pop this in, and then I just make it smaller on the side so that I have like more screen space for my other things, like, my EMR, my calendar, my web browser, whatever. Okay, so this is a one quick tip. And once you are in the video call, you can do the screen sharing. So for VSee, if you want to do the screen sharing, so you just click on the window or browser that you want to share. Once you have done that, you will see the green V-share button at the top. So if you click on that one, you see the orange border appears. So that orange border is a visual indicator telling you that this region has been shared with your remote people. So Anne can see my screen. And then at the top, I have a pen button. So I can click on it, I can annotate it, and can annotate it as well. So yeah, this is a quick way to do the screen sharing during your call. So you can screen share your Word document, your spreadsheet, your pictures, anything, right? And then once you've done that, you can just click and share, and then the orange border disappears. All right. Okay, and then the next one, yeah. So people ask, like, like if I want to do the group call, how do I do that? So for the basic VSee clinic, by default, it's an individual call, it's a one-to-one call. So if you have another patient in your waiting room and then you accidentally call that patient, don't worry. Like two patients or two clients, they don't see each other. Only you will see, like, two clients at the same time, but they don't see each other, they don't hear each other. So that is by default. If you want a group call, to do the group, like, therapy session or a group visit, then you need to let us know, because that's it's a enterprise feature that we need to turn it on to enable the group call. All right. Okay, and then we talked about the screen sharing. All right, so now, and I will hang up on you. All right, thank you. All right, so once I hang up, okay, now let me go back to the my slides. Okay, now I want to talk about the provider's experience on the mobile devices. So if you're on your mobile devices, like, how do you use it? So same thing, you just go log into your online clinic portal, the same link, the same URL. Open your browser, web browser on your mobile device. I highly recommend the Chrome browser, because like Chrome browser is the most robust. So if you open the Chrome and then go log into your clinic, and then once you are inside, and then you will see the top menu box. So you click on the top menu box, and then you can click on, from the drop down menu, choose test computer, and then it will take you to the page to install VSee, and then you just install the VSee Messenger. So on your mobile devices, you do not have the web browser calling, because it's a mobile device, and then you do need to install the video calling software app. So that's why you need to download the VSee Messenger. Once the VSee Messenger is downloaded, you do not log into the VSee Messenger. You don't need to. You just come back to your web browser, and then you will see the patient list from your online clinic from the web browser. As if you're doing it on your laptop. So all the steps, like sending the chat messages or calling the patients, it will be done to the web browser. All right. Okay, next is, how do you integrate VSee Clinic into your website if you already have your own website? So you can create a clickable button on your website, and then you can link VSee Clinic from there. So let me show you. So this is one of our customers, Pacific Coast Psychiatry Associates. They are based in San Francisco. So they already have their website, and then on their website, they list all of their providers' information here. So, let's say if I want to talk to Ryan, then I can just click on this Ryan button, enter virtual waiting room, and then it will take me to the VSee clinic page. So in order to do that, so how do you create this button and then link the VSee clinic page? For that part, you need to talk to your web developer. Then they just need to create a web button and then hyperlink the VSee URL. That's pretty much it. It's quite simple. So just talk to your web developer, and then they can do that for you. Okay. All right. And then next one is the optional features. So we do have a lot of features that are available under enterprise version. So for example, like scheduling, store and forward. Like you can send the documents to your patients ahead if they need to sign it, and then they can just sign it and upload it back into their patient portal. And we also have the online payment. We do take the credit card. And then for the credit card payment, you just set up your credit card payment and then link into your bank account. It doesn't go through the VSee bank account. So you can set that up, and then you can also provide a coupon code for your patients. And you can also like upload, export your visit logs. So if you have done like 10 video visit this week, and then you need to send it to your billing, then you can definitely export those visit logs. Or if you just need to upload those visit logs into your EMR, you can also do that if you already have your existing EMR. We can also enable the e-prescription, so you can e-prescribe, and then patient, they can choose their preferred pharmacy inside their patient portal. And if you don't have the EMR, we also offer the simple soap notes along with the patient instruction, kind of like a light EMR that we have inside the VSee clinic as well. So these are the various features that we offer under the enterprise. So if you want to see all the features, I recommend you go to VSee.com and then click on products and VSee clinic. And then you can read more about, for each features and then the workflow for those features. And then at the bottom, we do have the comparison between basic and enterprise version. So click on the feature comparisons. And then you can see, like what you will get under the enterprise version. If you don't need all the features under the enterprise, you just need a couple of features, that's okay. You can just let us know, and then we can also turn it on for you. One thing I want to mention under the enterprise version is that we also have the multiple provider assignment. So for one clinic, you can have, let's say, like 5 providers. The common use case is for the urgent care. So like patient come into the online clinic, and then they just need to see a provider right away, and then they don't really care which provider they see. So in that case, you can have like multiple providers manning the same waiting room, and then they can just take like patients as they come in, and then they can also see which patients are already in a call with which provider. So that one is very useful for like on-demand services, urgent care services, like on-demand mental health services. All right. Okay. All right. And then one more thing that I want to mention is the differences between VSee Clinic and VSee Messenger. So a lot of people ask like what are the differences? How do I use it? So for VSee Clinic, it's a workflow product. You have your waiting room, you can turn on your scheduling, e-payment, etc. So that's a workflow product. And then once you purchase a VSee Clinic, it comes with a VSee Messenger. Like I showed you earlier, you can download the VSee Messenger app for video calling. But if you're using the VSee Clinic, VSee Messenger is a part of it. You can use it, or you can just use the web calling browser. It's up to you. You don't really need to use a VSee Messenger. So if you only have the VSee Messenger, if you only have the VSee Messenger, it's just a video calling software. So it doesn't have the waiting room. It does not have like scheduling. So like any Facebook Messenger or Skype, you do need to add each other in your phone address book. So meaning that you need to invite your patients, and then they need to add you. So you are giving your email addresses, which is a VSee Messenger ID. You are exchanging the email addresses to each other. Then they will add you in their phone address book, and then they can call you anytime. So if you're not comfortable giving out your email address, then VSee Clinic is the way to go, because they only know your clinic URL. From there, they can enter the waiting room, and then you are the one who initiates a video call. So you are not giving out your personal information like your phone number or your email addresses. But to call your family member or to call your coworkers, you can definitely use a VSee Messenger. Just add to their address book. All right, so differences, no privacy to use a VSee Messenger. You will be exchanging the email addresses, and then you cannot see the patient queuing, and then they can ring you anytime they want in the VSee Messenger. But for some people, they provide a concierge service. Their patients or their clients can call them anytime they want. In that case, VSee Messenger is good enough. You can just add them and then you can use it. So let me bring up the VSee Messenger. So here, this is my Messenger address book. So from here, contacts, I can add people here. Right now, this is a brand new VSee Messenger. It's a brand new account. So you need to add contact, and then you can invite them. And then once they get your invite, they will see your email address. Okay. All right. I guess this is pretty much for today. Let me check the time. Okay. All right. And maybe we can start taking questions.
Yeah. So let's go back to the patient side. We have some questions about those things. So on the patient side, actually, maybe this is provider side. So when you invite a patient, does the mass email invitation work as a BCC, as a blind carbon copy? So I think the concern here is that if you put a whole bunch of emails in the invite your patient, that other patients might see each other's emails.
I don't think they will see each other. It will just, it will like CC.
VCC.
It will more like BCC.
It will not BCC. They're just individual. They should just be individual emails. Yeah. Okay. And as a provider, do I need to invite patients every time they meet or only the first time? So this is from Eileen. She sees her patients, the same patients every week.
Yeah, like I mentioned, your clinic URL is always the same. So you only need to invite once. And then they will have your URL, then they can bookmark it. And then if they forgot, they can go back to your invite email. But you do not need to invite every time.
Okay, and similar to this, Luciana asks, can anyone visit your VSee clinic page?
If they know your URL, yes, they can visit your clinic. They can enter your waiting room. So you can see from your dashboard, you can see, like if this patient has an appointment today or not. If they don't have an appointment, they just come to your waiting room, then you can send a chat message saying, oh, your appointment is like tomorrow, come back tomorrow. You can just start with that message.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if you want people to be able to find your VSee clinic or not. So actually, we're going to be releasing a feature where patients from your mobile app can actually search for your clinic, and you have the option to either turn on or turn off that feature. So you can hide your clinic so people can't find it, or you can make it public so anyone can find it. So those are options. Are you still there, Becky?
Yeah, I think I lost you for a few seconds. I didn't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. So can clients upload any kind of form?
I believe right now it's more like PDF, documents, and images.
Okay. And then related to that is, can they be downloaded to my computer, or do they stay in the VSee clinic on the provider side?
It doesn't stay because it's part of the intake form. So you need to download those documents.
Okay. So once the visit is over, the images won't be in the clinic anymore.
That's correct. Yeah. So if you would like to save that, it will be, I believe, it's under the enterprise part of the store and forward. You can save those documents in your provider account, and patients can also upload the documents. So in that case, patient do need to create an account and then log in as a patient. They cannot do the walk-in.
Okay. And then this one is about doing group visits. So if you want to do group therapy, is it possible to have multiple people enter your waiting room and then invite them to start the group and have multiple people all on the same appointment at the same time? So how would you do group video conferences?
Yeah, so for the group video conferences, it will show up as so for each patient, they will come in, they will show us a row. So you need to call individual one, but after that, they will all group into the one call. They will get into the same meeting. Yeah.
But you have to request to turn on the group conferencing.
Yes, yes. By default, basic is just an individual call.
Okay, great. And let's keep going. Okay, so this person is currently using VSee Messenger. This is Tracy. And if she wants to switch to VSee Clinic, will all her clients, will they be transferred automatically?
I don't think so. You need to invite your patients through the VSee Clinic.
Yeah. Okay. And we have a question about whether VSee is HIPAA compliant, and I can just say now, yes, VSee is HIPAA compliant. We do have a free version of VSee Messenger, which is not HIPAA compliant, not because of security issues, but just because we don't sign a BAA with that. So is the VSee Messenger app, is it bundled with the VSee Clinic web portal for the basic plan?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Okay. And then another question about how this one is not group counseling, but this is like more the guest invite. So so this person is doing couples counseling, and if the spouses are in different locations, do they invite one spouse after you've started the call with the first spouse?
I don't quite get it. Can you repeat?
Yeah, so for guest invite, let's say you have two people that you need to be in the call. How do you get them both into the call using the guest login? Like, do you have to be in a call with the first? So you have to be in the call with the first person before you can invite the next person. Is that right?
Oh, I see. So once the first person shows up on your dashboard, before you can call them. How about, Anne, can you go back to my dashboard and then I can show that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're doing that, I just want to say, go back to the earlier question about the intake form, all the documents and pictures that patient uploaded. I was just testing that. Let me screen share. So on the provider side, you can still have access to those documents. So once you log into your provider account, you have two tabs, right? Dashboard, which is your waiting room, where you see all the patients here, or under the patients tab, you can see the previous visits. So here, the previous visit, the one that Anne uploaded the picture is. So if I click on this previous visit with Anne, and then down here, I can see the view button. So click on view. And then I see her intake form here. So in the intake information, she uploaded the picture. So I still have access to that. So I can click on that. I can download this image. So yeah, on the provider side, you still have those forms or documents or any files that your patients uploaded during the intake process. You still have access to that. So I just want to point that out. But on the patient side, they don't, because they don't have any account. They just like walk in and then they just uploaded those pictures. So they cannot go back to see their history and then see which document that they uploaded it. Yeah. So this is kind of like a one-way. But if you want the two-way, like store and forward, offline sharing documents, then it's under the enterprise version. Okay.
Yeah, right. And also, if you're passing during the, if you pass a document using the VSee, like you drop it on the window during the call, that also will not be saved.
Okay. All right. So, all right, this is my waiting room dashboard. So you see Anne comes into my waiting room, and I can expand this session. And even before I call Anne, I have this invite guest button already. So you can send this instruction to the other people if they need to join the call. And then you don't need to start the video visit yet. As long as the client is in your waiting room, you can have this invite guest feature. And then, like I said, this link is only for N. So you can only invite people to join the call with N. So if you have multiple clients and they each have the unique join call link. Okay.
Thank you. So it can actually be sent out ahead of time. This
It
invite.
cannot be sent out ahead of the time. Yes.
Okay. But it can be sent out once the first person has entered the waiting room. So you don't have to have started a call or text chat, but they have to have entered the waiting room. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's see. So can you request a consult with another clinician through the web app?
This is more like a referral stage.
Yeah, so I think it's also a guest invite question, but I think it's just, can you invite a clinician?
You can definitely invite another clinician to join the call. Yes. Same thing using the guest invite link.
Okay.
Yeah. And then one more thing is, if you have your clinician, your colleagues, you can add to each other inside the VSee Messenger app already, and then you can just call your clinician from your VSee Messenger address book. So that's how some of our customers are doing, because they are just like internal team, right? Like physician to physician. So you call the patient from the VSee clinic dashboard, and then you can call all of your colleagues from your VSee address book. Then they will join the same call.
Okay. All right, I think we're starting to get some troubleshooting questions.
If we don't have any other product question, I think we can take those questions. We have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. All right. So what do the network statistics tell us?
Right. That's a great question. So for the network statistics, okay. I believe this is from the network statistics from the VSee Messenger app, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me log into my VSee Messenger and I show you the network statistics screen so that other people will know. Let me log in first. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. Let me screen share. All right. Okay. So again, this is my VSee Messenger app. So from that, if you go to settings, let me see. Oh no, actually the more menu, and then tools, and then you see the network statistics. So if you click on that, you will have this box. So you can see like how much bandwidth the VSee Messenger is using. Right now I'm not in a call, so maybe Anne, can I call you?
Yeah, I'm still in the waiting room, I think.
Okay, can you exit the waiting room and then log into VSee Messenger?
Okay.
So right now I'm not in a call, that's why you don't see any data here. But once I get connected with N, you should see some number. So basically, it will show you like how much VSee is using of your bandwidth, like how much is using for the audio, how much is using for the video. But compared to other video calling software, VSee Messenger is very low bandwidth. That's why we have deployed telemedicine missions in developing countries like Nigeria, in Philippines, in Indonesia, all these like remote locations. We can use the very limited bandwidth. So for the high quality like 480p video call, we only need about like 500 kilobits per second. So it's a very low bandwidth. So in this network statistics, it's not just the network. You can also see the CPU usage. So here, this is a CPU. Once I connect it with N, I can show you more. Hey, Ann, can you go?
I'm not there.
Okay.
You should be able to VSee me on the messenger.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right. Okay. So this is my messenger. I added N in my VSee messenger. So I just click on video icon and then following to her. Okay. All right. So we are connected here. So you can see here, so there are two users backing at N. So you can see that sending, so this is from my end. So I'm sending like, 10 kilobits, that's really low. And then receiving about 500 kilobits per second. So that's the video coming from N. Oh, the sending is very low because I don't have the webcam open because I have my webinar webcam open. So let me maybe mute that. And then see, I can use the video here. Oops, no, sorry. Okay, let me mute my video on GoToWebinar. And then let me try to open my video. Okay, all right. Okay, so here, so my video is showing. So you see that sending it increases up to around about 500 kilobits per second. And then if I click on N, I can see that more details information like I have a direct connection with her, so that's good. So there's no relay. And then you can see the CPU here. So my computer, this is about my computer CPU. Need to mute this. Okay. Actually, I'm clicking on N's name, so I can see N CPU. So you see here, this is at 100%. N is a really good computer. So that's why her CPU load is very low, like 10%. If you are talking to someone and if they have a lot of application going on their computer, then you will see like 80%, 90% CPU. And then you will see kind of like a video is kind of like a frozen sometimes, and a video is like very like poor quality, very jerky. In that case, you can tell your client that they have like maxed out their CPU, like 90, 95%. In that case, like they need to close some of the applications. And then on the right hand side is the network delay. So less than 100 millisecond is good. So right now we are about like 80, 90 milliseconds. So that's a very low delay. So these are the information that you can look at. Mainly, like for me, I care about the CPU because like you don't know the other person is using. Sometimes they just complain about, oh, the audio is not coming through. If your CPU is at max, then your audio will clipped off, and then you will have like in and out audio. And also again, your video will be very choppy. So pay attention to the CPU. And then the network delay, if you have like spikes in your network delay, meaning that you don't have a good network, even though you are at home, if you are like very far away from your router, then you will have a network delay. So sit closer to the network router, and then you may have a better network. All right. Okay, that's pretty much about the network statistics.
Yeah. Okay. And let's see. Oh, this one's actually a question about recording. So if they have the client's approval, how can you record a session?
Yeah, in the basic VSee clinic, we don't have the recording. Again, if you need the recording to be turned on, please let us know. We can turn on the cloud recording.
Yeah, and we had a webinar where we had a telehealth lawyer, and she mentioned that she doesn't recommend recording if for legal purposes because it just opens you up to more legal liability. But that's of course still up to you. Okay. All right. This one is a question about turning off the turning off the VSee clinic, does a patient get a message showing that this clinic is closed or to come back later, or does it just not work?
It does show that you can also customize that message in your clinic settings.
Okay. And I have some more sort of enterprise type questions. I have a couple questions about medical devices too. So how can you use medical devices to do like a physical visit with patients?
You can do that. So the most common devices are stethoscope. So if you have a stethoscope, you can, give me 1 second. I do not have the stethoscope. So if you use the stethoscope and then if you plug it into your microphone jack, and then VSee can send the audio from the stethoscope. We do have the stethoscope mode for the audio. It's an uncompressed audio. So you can use the stethoscope with that. And then the other scopes are kind of like this scope, like otoscope. So we have a additional camera streaming mode. So, like in the picture, you can stream a video from your webcam, to see your patient's faces. And then the other video is streaming directly from the scope. In this case, it's an otoscope. So but that otoscope needs to be, laptop or PC compatible. The one that we have is a USB otoscope. So you can plug it into your laptop, and then you can use that otoscope as a second camera. Then you can, stream. I'm not sure that answered the question.
Okay. Okay, so we're getting into some more enterprise. So as a provider, can I schedule invites for an upcoming day all at one time? So this is a question about the scheduling feature.
Yeah. And can you repeat that?
Yes. As a provider, can you schedule invites for the upcoming day all at one time?
You can also do that, yes. Just, type in the different email addresses in your invite.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't really have time to get into, I'm sorry, we're not gonna have time to answer all these enterprise questions, so enterprise feature questions. I think we need to do another VSee Academy where we kind of focus on these additional features that people are asking about. There's a poll that's gonna show up after this webinar, and if you want us to do a webinar about our enterprise features, please just let us know in the poll. That way we know what people are interested in hearing more about.
Yeah, that we can, dive deep into like individual enterprise features. We can go into details.
Yeah, so we have a question here, is scheduling available in BASIC? And the answer is no. That is, okay.
Yeah, but we do have the scheduling for both providers and your admin people. They can schedule for other providers. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a lot of questions about online payments and a couple of questions about EHR and how that, our light EMR, our notes, how that would work.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let me see, if there are no more questions about basic VSee Clinic or about audio troubleshooting, I think we can go ahead and we're going to go ahead and end then, and we'll do a focused enterprise features VSee Academy in the next couple of weeks. All right, so let me give you a moment. Yeah, I don't think we have any more basic VSee. I did have a question someone was asking about the HIPAA compliance. So I just want to reiterate again that yes, VSee Clinic and VSee Messenger are both HIPAA compliant. Yeah, so they're both secure. The HIPAA compliance has two parts to it. It's both, there's a legal part where you have to sign a business associate agreement with your vendor, which would be us. And then the other part is whether it's follows security regulations. And so our software, it's secure technically, but we don't sign a BAA with for our free VSee Messenger. Yeah, so we do have a free VSee clinic, which we do sign a BAA with. So the only non-HIPAA compliant VSee product we have is the free VSee Messenger. Yeah, so I think that's it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, and I hope to see you again next time.
Yes, have a wonderful and safe day.
Yeah, be safe, everyone. Bye-bye.